Your brain is a complex organ that is constantly working to keep you functioning and alive. It keeps you walking, talking, and just being human. However, we all know that things can go wrong with the brain. In fact, 18.2% of us suffer from some form of mental illness every year. It's likely that you've heard of conditions like depression, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia, but you may not have heard of the conditions described below, which can alter the way you perceive the world or even make you think that your family members are imposters. Hey everyone, my name is Ethan, and in this video we will see 5 crazy syndromes that change the way you see the world. Number 5. Akintopsia. Everyone knows about the common condition known as color blindness, so you may find it relatively easy to understand what it's like to be missing some or all colors from your vision. But can you imagine losing your ability to see motion? This is called akintopsia, one of the few known patients. A mother referred to as patient LM was diagnosed with the condition in 1978 at 43 years old. To her, the world looks like she's watching a movie but only seeing a frame every so often. Patient LM was first admitted to the hospital with complaints of severe headaches. She had suffered a stroke which resulted in damage to her middle temporal visual area. This region of the brain is believed to be responsible for perceiving motion. Fortunately, she retained all other visual abilities, such as depth and color perception. Number 4. Losing your own body. At age 19, Ian Waterman suffered a near-total loss of his sense of touch as well as proprioception, the ability to know where your body parts are. Without proprioception, the movements that you have been able to do your whole life without much thought become almost impossible. Waterman was told that he probably wouldn't walk again and would be confined to a wheelchair for the rest of his life. He was too stubborn for that, though. To perform many movements, he learned to replace his lost proprioception with his eyes and to plan all movements in advance. With a lot of practice, he has regained his ability to make normal arm and hand movements. However, he still describes his walking as controlled falling. Number 3. Capgras delusion. Imagine a scenario where someone you know suffers a traumatic head injury in an accident but luckily survives. Then the person wakes up and no longer believes that you are you. Instead, he thinks you're an imposter. This is known as the Capgras delusion and is believed to occur after someone sustains damage to the superior temporal sulcus, an area in the brain believed to be important in attributing emotional feelings to a person. Even though the sufferer can still recognize faces, he can't attribute feelings to the recognized individual and so believes that person to be an imposter. This also applies to the sufferer's pets. He will believe that one of the imposters living with him has also replaced his dog. Even stranger, those with the delusion often know how absurd these feelings are, but as the visual sense is so dominant in humans, they find it hard to disregard the feeling that everyone they know has been replaced. Number 2. Rett syndrome. Rett syndrome affects babies and occurs almost exclusively in girls. Babies who are born with this syndrome appear to develop normally for about 6 months. Then they progressively lose their ability to control the muscles that help them move, coordinate, and communicate. Babies with Rett syndrome often have smaller heads due to slowed brain growth. As they get older, this delayed growth becomes more noticeable in the other parts of their bodies. For now, there is no cure. Current treatments attempt to improve the child's movements and communication as well as support the family. Number 1. Prosopagnosia. Prosopagnosia was introduced into popular culture when Brad Pitt stated that he may have this condition. In an interview with Esquire in 2013, he said that he should get tested. Prosopagnosia is the loss of the ability to recognize people's faces. However, you can still identify them from other characteristics, such as a unique smell or style of clothing. Until quite recently, it was believed to be a rare condition that only occurred in those with neurological damage, for example, someone who has suffered a stroke or head injury. However, it has been seen in people without such damage. It's now believed that around 1 in 50 people experience prosopagnosia. Another common belief is that prosopagnosia is associated with autism, but this is not the case. Although people with autism sometimes experience face recognition difficulties, the two conditions do not appear to be linked. Thanks for watching this video. We are going to create more video like this, and please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel and stay tuned. We will be back with more videos.